What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the Mets win 4-0 over the Cincinnati Reds, winning 9 straight games for the first time. Yes, you're hearing this right. Since 2018, where they were abysmal that season, to say the least. And I'm pretty sure those 8 wins also was early in the season when they started off on fire. Remember that thing where they started off on fire in 2018 with the most random team ever assembled, with Adrian Gonzalez at age 1,000, Todd Frazier at age 55. Hitting for them. Remember that? Well, this team has just got that fate. 9 straight wins. And now we get to continue to kick back, relax, and hope to God that the Blue Jays find a way to get it done for us tonight against the Atlanta Braves, because the Diamondbacks lost thanks to the Houston Astros. And all of a sudden, things right now, at least, are going the Mets' way. Obviously, there's still a lot of baseball to be played, but we're going to talk about this game where I was very worried. I really was. But we're going to talk about this game. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. And yeah, I was worried because Jose Quintana was pitching, and quite frankly, how could you not be worried when Jose Quintana is pitching as of lately? But yeah, we start off on a rain delay. This game does not start until 5:15, and I'm like, great, so now my night's going to go into 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock because Quintana's pitching. I was really down in the dumps thinking about Quintana pitching, and I think every Met fan felt this way, where it was like, if the offense does well, they'll win, but, 8 straight wins, we'll take it if that's the case. At some point, they're due to drop a game. And I think everyone kind of felt if they were going to drop a game, it would probably be this one because of the way Quintana's pitched. But man, I got to give credit a bit, because I'm not going to fully say that Quintana was brilliant, because there were some plays behind him that were just unbelievable, whether it was Lindor, who continues to make a case for the MVP award, and then Jose Iglesias as well, both of them just making unbelievable plays. But yeah, top of the first inning, 1-2-3 inning for Jose Quintana. Allows a bit of contact there. Bottom of the first, Lindor flies out. Nimmo strikes out. Vientos lines out. We go to the top of the second, where Steer walks. And then Ty France hits into a double play, where Iglesias, again, makes that unbelievable play. I did not think there was time for this to turn 2, but it ends up being that case. And it worked out, thankfully, because this is an inning you could have looked at as the Reds scoring, because TJ Friedl and then Espinal both get singles back-to-back. And that probably would have been a run or two there. So all of a sudden, you look back at that double play and say that really helped out there. Ahmed Rosario would strike out. We go to the bottom of the second, where the Mets go down in order. Top of the third, Fraley with a single. And then Jonathan India hits into a double play. Lindor making a play of his own. That was great. And that ends up, again, really helping out there. And then he strikes out Ellie De La Cruz to get his second strikeout of the day, I think that was. Which it's nice to see he was actually striking batters out, because it was pretty annoying how he was just not striking anyone out last time. Was it last start where he had no strikeouts, or the one before? I don't even remember. But the bottom of the third, the Mets go down in order. Top of the fourth, Stevenson with a double. Steer pops out. Quintana throws a wild pitch. And then Ty France ends up grounding out. Friedl grounds out. We go to the bottom of the fourth, where Lindor flies out. Nimmo flies out, which I think that was the play where it looked like where he tanked one to right, but it ended up being just foul, which really sucked, because I would love for Nimmo to get going, especially with the power, because they still need him to get going in that 2-hole, because right now, still not getting good enough production, but that's got to change at some point. It's just got to. Vientos walks. Alonso flies out. We go to the 5th inning, where this was probably Quintana's best inning. Ends up getting a flyout and then gets 2 strikeouts there. Granted, Ahmed Rosario is barely a major leaguer right now these days, but gets a strikeout and then gets a ground out from Fraley. Probably one of his better innings. Probably is. We go to the bottom of the 5th, though. Winker grounds out. Martinez flies out. Iglesias with a double, and then Alvarez strikes out. We go to the 6th inning, where you could also argue this was Quintana's best inning, which, again, weird. He got better as the game went along. He gets 2 strikeouts, walks Stevenson, and then gets a fly out from Steer to end the inning. Bottom of the 6th. When you thought Harrison Bader... when you thought that you were never going to get a hit from him again, he proves you wrong, and Harrison Bader ends up getting a huge home run there to make it 1-0 to open the scoring. I cannot believe still Harrison Bader did it, of all players, but he opens the scoring to make it 1-0. Lindor walks, Nimmo gets hit by a pitch, and then all of a sudden you think maybe this is where a huge break's going to come through, and it does. Vientos pops out, and then Alonso comes up, and I think all of us had the same thought. Runners in scoring position. We know what happens with Pete, but he did it. He got a hit up the middle to make it 2-0, and Pete Alonso finally producing with runners in scoring position. Holy crap, can you call it a miracle? Because I can. Winker then flies out, and then JD Martinez, welcome back yet again, gets a double, makes it 4-0. I will continue to say that I said it. I said that rest was going to be huge for JD Martinez, and he looks rejuvenated right now. And if JD Martinez is going to keep hitting this way and coming up big with runners in scoring position, that's going to change the dynamic of the offense. It really is. And then Iglesias strikes out to end the inning. Top of the 7th, they end up keeping Jose Quintana in. He gets the first 2 outs, allows a single, and then like we've seen Mendoza do, which I really like that he does, second, a runner was on, pulls him out of the game. Ottavino comes in, gets a strikeout too. He allowed the stolen base because it's Ottavino, but gets the strikeout, which was nice to see because right now Ottavino has not got a lot of work, and I still, quite frankly, don't trust Ottavino despite the fact that he got a strikeout, but I appreciate him doing that in that spot. Bottom of the 7th inning, Alvarez walks, Bader strikes out, Lindor pops out, Nimmo with a single, and then Vientos strikes out to end the inning. Danny Young comes in. Danny Young, if you told me going into the year that I would be ecstatic about Danny Young and Denel Nunez out of the bullpen, obviously Nunez hurt right now, but if you told me going into the year, those would be 2 of my favorite arms coming out of the pen, I would say, who the fuck are you talking about? I would say that is not, neither one of those guys are penciled in on the opening day roster. Who are you yapping about? And I would have said, are they even high enough on the depth chart to make the squad? Because you still had guys like John Reed Foley, which he did make it, but you still had him. You had guys like, you had your Grant Hartwigs in the minor leagues who's touched the majors every now and then. You had Fujinami. You had like those guys. But Danny Young, a pair of strikeouts and gets a ground out too. He continues to just be unbelievable. I am very impressed with what he's been doing, and he needs to keep this up, of course. Bottom of the 8th inning, Alonso gets on from an error. Taylor and Martinez both get out back-to-back. Iglesias with a single, and then Alvarez lines out to end the inning. We go to the 9th where Diaz comes in because they didn't score a run there. So you would have thought maybe there was a chance that Stanek would come in, but it ends up being Edwin Diaz. He hits Stevenson, and the first pitch should have been a strike, but either way, lost control there completely. Steer then pops out swinging first pitch. I could tell you right now, if a Met did that, where after 4 straight balls, if anyone on the Mets after that went up to the dish, first pitch swinging, and popped out to the catcher nonetheless, I think I would have whipped my phone at the TV. I could tell you that right now. Ty France then gets a single, and you think, yep, it's going to be one of these. And I wanted Maton chucking in that pen pronto, but he strikes out Hines with the high cheese on that third pitch, by the way, picking apart the top outside part of the zone, chucking 102, and then gets the pop out from Espinal to end the inning, to end the game. And again, you just got quality pitching. You got quality pitching. Only 2 walks from the pitching staff, both from Quintana, which, listen, I know that I was saying Quintana got a little bit of, he was a little bit of a beneficiary of the defense behind him. But I will say, I loved seeing them pick up a couple strikeouts, and I love seeing him walk guys. Am I ready to say Jose Quintana is all of a sudden a trustworthy guy now? No, because we've seen this from him throughout the season where he sprinkles in a couple of these starts every now and then, and quite frankly, the Reds are the Reds, which I know that they beat the Astros and they actually really picked them apart during that series in one of the games. But at the end of the day, I'm not ready to say that Jose Quintana has earned himself a postseason start all of a sudden again. But this was a good enough start, and I could appreciate that. And I could appreciate the volume he gave. I really could, because all of a sudden, you're starting to see something that all Met fans, all of us bitched about at the beginning of the year. No volume led to bullpen taxing, which led to poor bullpen performances. More volume is leading to less bullpen tax, which is leading to quality bullpen appearances. You see the correlation? Ottavino and Young did their thing. Diaz didn't look sharp, but again, gets the job done for the most part. And the offense, quite frankly, left a lot to be desired because they didn't get a hit until the 5th inning, I believe, with the Iglesias hit, which was really annoying. But still, again, doing the thing where they score in bunches. I really want to see that change still. I really want to see them capitalize more with runners in scoring position. They're getting the wins now. Again, I don't care how they come. I will take the wins. But I really want to see it change still because I still will say it. It takes them from, like, they're about here, I would say. It takes them from here to all the way up above the freaking screen if they could figure out the garbage with runners in scoring position, figure out how to hit outside of just one inning of the baseball game, because this offense has the capability to do it. We see it when they do score in bunches. It's just, when is it going to materialize? I don't know. But I digress. Tomorrow, back at it again, Luis Severino on the bump. I don't even know who's pitching for the Reds, but that is a 140 start. And with a chance to do something special. I'm not going to say exactly what. I don't want to hex it or anything, if you will. But they have a chance to do something special. And I love the fact that you got Maton available for this game. You got Budo available. Garrett should be available for this game. You have a lot of quality relievers. Diaz probably won't. And that's another thing that I do have to say. I love that Mendoza, in a 4-run game, either way, is like, I'm going to Edwin Diaz. I don't care. I want to win this baseball game. We need to win this baseball game. I'm going to Diaz, and I absolutely love the aggression there. And I love the fact that he faced higher quality bats, too, which is something that's been something that I've complained about quite a bit here. But yeah, I absolutely love that. And you still got quality arms to go out there tomorrow. So it's not like you burnt the freaking bullpen and you burnt the house on your quality arms here, because now you have a couple of guys that are in the circle of trust that all of a sudden it changes the way you can manage these games. But that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one.